Boss, we've done all as you said.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, boss. Everything like you asked. It's in my car, boss.
I'm surprised. You're actually good for something.
So, where is it, Brady?
Here, in the trunk.
What the fuck is that? You fat Irish prick. You're supposed to bring me a coat, not a skinny animal kid. Where is LOOT.BET code I asked it for?
Well, he wasn't talking.
Are you out your mind, Brady? Because I swear, I put your brain to sleep. He's ain't talking because his fucking mouth is closed.
So, maybe I should open it.
Oh, don't kill me, please. I tell you everything. God is loot, loot. I'm young. I don't wanna die.
Boss, code is loot.
Oh my god, idiot. Fuck, I surrendered by idiots.
Hey, kid. Sorry about that.
Hello and welcome back. Final map between these two teams, and it is going to be Vertigo. Me and Sermon once again back to bring you through all of the action, and an unlikely third map, I must say, with Young Ninjas able to steal away Nuke from the Dignitas side.
And you have to be asking yourself, right, how did they actually manage to get that one done? Because we were predicting a Dignitas 16-0 at some point. It was looking like it was going to be an absolute massacre, but of course that's not how it shaked out. The Young Ninjas, they put up a immaculate defense and offense. Managed to get it done in spectacular fashion in the end. A 16-8 scoreline as well, so whew, that's quite a stage to be setting for Vertigo now. Wondering which of these teams can pick it up.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, with the first two maps out of the way, we have a better idea of how these two teams are performing. But with Vertigo, it's sort of a bit of an interesting map in the sense of Young Ninjas haven't played it all too much. They've had some decent results, but not against the sort of competition that Dignitas have been playing. They've taken down AGO. They had a close game against Sprout. They've taken out Double Pony as well, the team that's just 2-0'd Vitality in the Flashpoint 3. So
yeah, not that many bad results as of late, right? But like all the way back in March, they did have a pretty hard time on Vertigo, losing to the likes of Sinners, Nordavinaga, Windstrike. Like, those aren't exactly that much better teams as the Young Ninjas. So maybe their Vertigo has improved since then, though. It's certainly looking a lot better.
Yeah, bit of a pause there. As before we get into knife round, I assume we're just changing something around, but it looks like we're all ready to go. As Dignitas, they do win the knife round. That's all three of the knife rounds have won, actually. Interestingly enough.
So you guys know who to bet on next time. Don't, because, you know, there's no replicability on the knife rounds. The players just do whatever. They don't even try, I think. And when they do try hard, you know it, because they're coming out of weird angles. But speaking of trying, Dan, this is something of a storyline coming in here, because obviously with Dignitas being the much favored team to win this, Young Ninjas, you know, they're really excited to be going up against this team. It's a huge opportunity for them, and for Dignitas, it might just be like another Wednesday. So I'm wondering how much that played into it with the Young Ninjas picking up Nuke. You think there was some anti-stratting going on, and do you think this can continue on Vertigo, or do you think they just were playing their own game and kind of overperformed?
I'm not sure, because obviously Dignitas, it looked like they were starting off pretty well on Nuke. And yeah, Young Ninjas, they just sort of came out with some more firepower, I think, and on the CT side, it was almost inevitable that they were going to close that one down. But yeah, maybe some anti-stratting coming through, maybe expecting Dignitas to choose that one for sure, but I think Vertigo is going to be a different sort of kettle of fish for them. I don't think they'll be able to anti-strat Dignitas all too much. I think it wasn't always known that this was going to be the map.
And there we go. The initial kill does happen. Mon and the first to fall, as the Young Ninjas will be executing onto the A bomb site here, and well, the CTs are just going to be letting them walk into it, presumably. Those smokes are going to be making it quite difficult to push on in. I mean, to hold them back from pushing in, as the bomb surely gets planted here, and Halzerk's gonna have to wait for the rest to retake.
5-on-4 retake. Should be doable here for the Dignitas side. They have a kit from Freiburg. Necro has a smoke and a flashbang that can be used. The smoke does get dropped onto the bomb as a dink comes through onto Forest, but still with 27 HP, long range on the Glocks. That's the problem with the dinks, and now all the kills start flying on through for the Dignitas side. Bomb gets defused, and that is the pistol round going the way of the CT side.
Unexpected. Young Ninjas, they're really good on their T sides on Vertigo. I think it's 64% or something around that is their win rate. Meanwhile, Dignitas on a bit of a more even 50. So they picked to start CT, but we'll be seeing if the Young Ninjas can get this half done. I think we're looking for them to pick up 8 rounds here. The fully Swedish lineup. Surely, if they can get that done, it will be a comfortable second half for them. But it's not off to the best of starts. Losing the pistol and now losing the first 2 in the initial engagement toward B. The bomb not downed. It's on the other side of that wall. But now the CTs, they have taken care of some of the offenders, and they know the rest must be toward A, so they're ready for it.
Certainly looks so. Dignitas. Yeah, 5v3. This should all be theirs every single day of the week, especially with Heap finding another kill onto LNZ. Not much you can do here if you're Sapek or Manon, apart from maybe find a kill or 2 just to inflict a little bit of damage, but unlikely.
Good luck. Ooh!
Shot from Manon, fair enough. There's one. Sapek finds another, but left alone. He has limited options over towards Ivy here.
Looking at the bomb, but it's so far away behind that wall. And we're just going to be spending the next 30 seconds, presumably, with Sapek trying to stay alive in this corner. Not sure why he'd want to stay alive, though. He needs to go somewhere, get kills, or die. That is the name of the game for now.
I mean, there's plenty of opportunities. Could just, like, jump off to the right here. That'd kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would definitely be the end of him, yes.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, humans can't survive those deep falls. Not that you even reach the ground. That would be horribly unoptimized from Valve's end.
Yeah.
You do just drop down quite a few stories until an invisible floor hits you. Makes you wonder, though, if you jumped off a skyscraper, would you just die of a heart attack before you even reach the ground, Dan?
I have no idea.
I went bungee jumping. It's really scary.
Yeah?
It's like one of those, you know when you're like on a roller coaster and like, yeah, you're kind of scared, but you are just kind of screaming to get into the mood of it all? The scream that I let out when I was dropping down was legitimate. Like, I didn't have to like force it at all. It was just your body being like, well, I'm a die now. Peace.
Sort of the same with
Didn't
roller
know.
coasters.
Really? Roller coasters hit you that hard?
No, I mean, like, as in, the sort of, the just screaming for the hell of it sort of thing.
Yeah, no, that's where you scream for the hell of it, but with bungee
Yeah.
jumping, it was legitimate. That was my point.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend it if some of you guys in chat been thinking about doing it. End of Rona and everything. Might as well go outside, as the take here on the A-bomb site is off to a swimming start, but Freiburg is looking to end it. Gets the initial kill, and now just 3 Ts. Quite far away. Not sure why they didn't push with more gusto, as, yeah, the 2 CTs here should be preventing the bomb plant all day.
4v3. Limited chance, as you say. Freiburg, that's a nice double. But Manon, another kill from him. At least given this game a go so far in these rounds, but again, it's an unwinnable situation. 1 versus 3. Yeah, he's got an M4 in his hand. Maybe could save that for the next round. Can he push forwards? Can he even get this bomb? It's tantalizing close to him, but he needs to jump up. That's the problem, and Freiburg's always going to have his number there. 4th kill for him, Mr. I'm gonna try a Swedish pronunciation, sir, man. I'm gonna give it a go.
Boy, brace yourself, chat.
Freebuya.
I think it's just free Burge. That's the kind of one that they communicated to us at the end. And also, Mannen, singular, but Minnen is plural, which I should just know because I know rudimentary German, kind of. And it was kind of a...
Bahnhof.
Flugzeug. Bibliothek.
Flugplatz. Donde
Keep
estas la biblioteca?
Hinter das Buch. Und die T's. Ein T ist tot dann.
Was ist das?
But yeah, Lindsay loses his life, unfortunately, here toward ramp. Not off to a great start here for the Young Ninjas' inaugural full buy round, as it's a 4 versus 5, but they do have some presence there toward middle, so maybe they can make that work. Still, though, a kill has happened. Mannen picks it up toward middle, and these A players are going to start feeling the heat a little bit. Not anymore, of course.
No. Mannen again is finding just consistent damage for Young Ninjas. It's not enough though right now as 3-on-2, Nilo and Fuzi don't really have much space to work with. Still from Nilo, but Forest has cut off Fuzi's aggression in towards the A site, leaving just Nilo, 1 versus 2. Lovely overview of the B site there for a moment, but we are back to the action on A with Nilo getting that bomb planted. 30 seconds on the clock as he does so. Now he puts the timer against the Dignitas side.
Versus 2. The initial frag comes through. Definitely not advisable to be peeking 1 versus 1. Of course, Forrest could have lost his life there, and I don't think Lekro would have had the kill fast enough, but still, you know, not going to be telling the pros how to play here. He gets it done. 2 versus 1 results in the 4th round for Dignitas, and a 5th potentially as the economy for the Ninjas. Well, no, actually, after all of that lost bonus money and even the bomb plant, they have plenty of money to work with in the next. So no free round here, I'm afraid, for the Dignitas side.
I think Forrest probably peaks that angle just because he doesn't want the T to get into an afterplant position that's going to be really hard to sort of lock him out of. I think that's maybe the thinking, just try and cut him off before he gets to there, but works out.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's not worth going into too much because he does win it out in the end as Lekro finds an opening kill. Freiburg.
Ooh.
Can't find anything towards mid, but he does have a few players facing him, so I'll let him off on that one.
Who's he continuing? Oh my gosh, what a double. And he might have just won the round right there. Doesn't help that Heap fell as well. Just Lekro left, a 1 versus 3. As Fuzi, Sopek, and LNZ are going to be planting. Not on B. That would have rhymed. But they are on A down.
Yeah. Lekro's on B.
He is.
Yeah,
Could
unfortunately.
have swung that into a rhyme, but, you know, doesn't work out.
No. Your lyrical bars are a little bit flat right now.
Yeah, not a spiritual, lyrical individual just yet.
No. But 4-1 going to be the scoreline. LNZ, Fuzi, Sapek all staying alive means that 3 guns carried forward for Young Ninjas. They can get the rebuy no problem. For the Dignitas side instead, they do have decent cash.
Expect more after 4 in a row, right?
Yeah, they're gonna cobble together something here, I believe. But it's not gonna. I mean, you see Forrest and Freiburg; they're both below $2,000, just with the 1,400 coming in from that round. Yeah, it's 3 sort of primary rifles here, a FAMAS, and this Deagle for Freiburg. It's not too bad. It's enough, but he's certainly going to be favoring the Young Ninjas 5 AK setup in this one, especially with Sapek finding an opening kill already. Heap goes down.
Maybe that's a salvageable rifle. Maybe Freiburg can get it, but, you know, the CTs, they're going to be here in a 4 versus 4 situation with the B attack looking likely, but plenty of CT presence around to take care of it as Forrest is just walking around in front of the Molotovs. They forced him into the open, and that's going to be the death of him, but Mannen falls on the flank, and now it's down to Fuzi to get him on the transition, but he can't, and that's a 1 versus 1 now. Helzerk He's going to be going up against Nilo here. I'm wondering how this one shakes out.
Alzerk just clearing out mid, making sure he's not going to be coming from that flank. Will isolate him in towards that A site, or B site rather, because now Nilo, he has to get that bomb planted. But he's going to ignore it for the time being. Instead, progresses a little bit further forward. Ensures that Alzerk hasn't pushed in deep. And Molotov will keep him back, and now he can get that bomb plant fairly safe. But does he start to anticipate the flank? Doesn't matter if he spots him on the boost, and Nilo does clutch it out in that 1v1. Saving Young Ninjas, despite the best efforts of mainly Freiburg there. Alzerk does get himself a couple as well.
He was the player with the deagle to start out with, so great job on him to get it done in the end. But, you know, the Ninjas still victorious, and not the old Ninjas. It's going to be the youngsters that get it done. 4-2. And Dignitas, without that much money, they have to just go for a deco. Well, they do have a half buy going for them, right? Some armor at least. Going to be trying to find them here toward ramp initially, but their own smoke is keeping them at bay for the moment, as the majority of the T side is going to be focused toward A in this one. It's a standard Vertigo going A simulator type of a round.
You need to be careful, though, in these sorts of rounds. Obviously, 5 Deagles for the CT side. Could be some real danger in this. Walk into a crossfire, a couple Deagles peeking you, they can very quickly pick up a couple frags and put you on the back foot. And if those guns can get salvaged as well, then you're just in a whole another world of pain as they look to try and set up a couple of nades here, but they've already pushed out Ivy. Uzi's already found a kill. Instead, they'll dump one nade towards Ivy, one towards ramp. Decent damage done, but not enough for any kills. As now the smokes get dropped in towards the A site, the push will come through. They're clearing out all the angles, and Molotov is just forcing a little bit wide.
Yeah, the second molly fluffs it though, but the push onto heaven, well, onto the Tetris sort of boost over there does not go the way of the CTs, and there's only 3 players left alive. The Deagles in their hands. Their money, not the best either, so do they decide to just save their armor for the next? Whereas the lost bone is going to be bailing them out of this one. Remains to be seen, as the bomb is still ticking down here. 20 seconds left, and well, 1 HP on Nilo. He has to be the first one in there just to get the info for his team, even if he dies. Wouldn't be that big of a tragedy, but no one's even tapped the bomb yet, and there's 10 seconds and no kits remaining. The CTs, they either have to die or get some kills. It looks like, well, Forrest did pick the latter, but he will survive with a rifle into the next at least. The money, abominable for Dignitas.
Obviously, another eco from Dignitas. Obviously, well, AK saved, as you mentioned. But
Previous, I was hoping they would have enough money, but they just sort of spend it on grenades, and in the end, that doesn't work out, does it? Neither does this mid hold, I'm afraid. The entry goes the way of the Young Ninjas, and now they have some space to work with. But will it be the A bomb site or the B? It is just going to be Lekro all alone here on the curly letter, as they're waiting for the rotates to come in. They know these CT players are going to be playing more aggressive as the first kill goes their way. The second as well would make that 3. Just Forrest left alive, and they're chasing themselves around a smoke, but who comes out on top? Well, it's not the greatest of all time Forrest, of course. It's going to be the Young Ninjas, and they're making this a 4v4 affair.
It's a nice attempt from Dig in that round with just the Deagles, getting all the kills. Didn't have enough time for the defuse, though. Would have been a great round for them to steal away, as now all tied up. Guns out for both teams. It's Dignitas who need to start laying down a little bit more fire, but that flashbang is perfect, and Forrest has been removed from the round. LNZ quickly removes him, and that AWP from play. Nalo's found 1 kill as well on the push in, but Freiburg, he can only go 1 for 1. It's NIP, the Young Ninjas, just ransacking this B site. Alzerk's the only man who remains, 1 versus 3 for him, and surely no way he could ever get himself out of this situation, but a nice shot onto Fuzi. If he can find LNZ on the close angle, there's a hope, but there isn't a way, as LNZ does remove him. 5 on the board. Young Ninjas have taken the lead here, Sermon.
They certainly are, and their T win percentage definitely showing here. As expected, they will be performing really good here as the terrorist side, but let's see if they can win this half out. That would certainly set them up for a win, much like they did on Nuke. Or was it Dignitas that won it out in the end there? Either way, it was very even there in the first half. And we'll be seeing how this one shakes out. The Deagle's out for Dignitas as they're saving money for the next, but the kills, they're not coming through, and that's the only thing they're looking for, really. No round win possible, they know this, but any damage they can done on the Young Ninjas would be very much appreciated to prevent their economy from truly skyrocketing, from going to the moon, if you will. LNZ on 5k, so it's a bit too late for that. They can certainly put a dent in that stack.
With the Deagle. Just spotted out by the AWP, but avoids the shot. As you see Nilo close, he does now as he removes the head. It brings it into a 4-on-3 with that shot onto Fuzi. Nicely done, but Halzert's going to give up the advantage. Lecro caught as well, and Sapek just going to massacre them. 3 quick kills from him. Freiberg's all that remains, and he's on the flank, just hoping he can maybe pick off a player here and do a little bit more economic damage, but unlikely, unless Manon maybe gives him up. But very quick shot on the AK. Not gonna give the chance. AWP recovered as well. 6 on the board.
And now finally Dignitas with the chance to bring this one back, as Halzerk does get his big green gun. And the rest of them picking up the M4s. We'll see how this one shakes out, but yeah, not much competition in the previous. The money not dented that much, as the execute will be coming in. Of course, that smoke does land toward yellow tarps there on ramp, and maybe they push on through, who knows. But now it's the CT smoke holding them at bay as usual. And quite a bit of presence toward B as well, but no one going aggressive on Dignitas there just yet. They are waiting out the stair smoke, as once it dissipates, there's going to be 2 players. 3 in fact. That was just a nice molly here for Nilo to potentially find a kill in the corner, but as previously mentioned, no aggression coming out from Dignitas, as they'll be hearing what's going on stairs now, so they'll be preparing for a B take most likely. A retake scenarios definitely common, as there's now 2 CTs ready to receive them on B, but will it be a true execute or just a fake remains to be seen. However, definitely not going to be able to stand where they are right now. The T's, they still have plenty of Molotovs left to work with, and you can definitely get rid of quite a few angles there on B. But for now, let's focus on middle, with Manen and Freiberg going to be having a bit of a duel, and Freiberg comes out on top, as Manen was not quick enough on the swing. And there you go. The B execute should be starting any moment now.
That Crow's still in towards the back of the site there, behind Quad. Can he find anything from his position as the enemies start pushing in? No, Fuzi removes him. Nilo goes aggressive, takes down Forrest as well. Freiberg at least is there for the trade to keep things in the 3-on-3, but not for long as Fuzi removes him. The flashbang peak gets timed by Fuzi, and now it's up to Heap and Halzer, 2 youngsters in this squad, and they're finding the kills. Now all up towards Fuzi, 1 versus 2, AWP in hand, bomb planted as it ticks its way down, almost just 20 seconds on the clock, but Halzerk doesn't care about that. He only cares about finding Fuzi, and he does so with the AWP in hand. Dignitas still find 5 on the board, close up the gap once again. I don't know, Young Ninja's getting too far ahead in this first half.
But 6 in a row, Dan? That's quite impressive to get that one.
Yeah?
From the Young Ninja squad. A couple of bomb plants in there as well. It was just definitely a important round for Dignitas to find. Prevent them from going a bit too far forward, but their economy, as previously mentioned, has had time to flourish. And with the bomb plant in the previous, it's definitely going to be enough for a buy. However, disappointingly low for some of the players going forward here. Let's see how this one shakes out. The T's heading toward A, it seems. as usual. Sapek being a bit faster on the push here, as he might just take the wide swing, sees that there's no one around, and well, at some point they're gonna have to take care of sandbags. There you go, no one behind them. Oh, but two players peeking that short player at once, that's just immaculate. Dignitas, their defense on A is crumbling. Still 2 on site though, but the T's can definitely isolate them with some utility, but the initial kill does go the way of Dignitas, as it's a 4v4 now. The push commences, and Sapek up close.
Reinberg had no idea that Sapek was already pushed that deep in, and he's going to find another kill as well. That's the A site crumbling, and Young Ninjas going to be a 7th, just a single isolated round. But that Molotov, oh, that Molotov and the spray as well through the smoke almost catches LNZ down. A 2-on-3. Forrest is going to try and deny the plant. That was courageous. It was audacious. And ultimately, it's left his teammate in an unwinnable situation. 7 on the board for Young Ninjas. Man, are we going to see Dignitas getting knocked out here? Just playing a single best of 3 and getting removed by... This would be a huge win for Young Ninjas.
Yes, it would. And just to boost the, like, value of these players as well, because they can put on their resume that, you know, they got one over on the Dignitas squad. That's definitely something the employers are going to be taking a close eye, well, a close look at, really. Love as well how it managed to trigger the entire chat by saying that Forrest is the GOAT of CS. It's, you know, if you were around back in 2015, definitely could make a case for it. Of course, Simple's better, guys. Don't pretend he isn't, but in terms of overall accomplishments, I think Forrest keeping his career going this far into CSGO is definitely really important, and his accomplishments in the previous iterations of the game as well. It's just, come on, man. It's pretty hard to argue against him being the, well, favorite farm animal with a funny human-like scream, the GOAT.
Nice opening from Pete, though. Forrest has found one as well with a deagle towards the B site. Okay, Dignitas. Finally found Forrest, but a 2 versus 4 Dignitas are looking strong in a round where they bring mostly just pistols into this.
Well, they're going to hope to find it, but Dignitas, they've made it really hard. LNZ and Fuzi going to be pushing on to the A bomb site with a couple of defenders still here. All they have to do is wait for the bomb to make its signature beeping noise. But with a sniper rifle that far forward, I'm afraid it's not going to be an easy shot to find. The terrorist goes down, leaving only LNZ left alive in a 1 versus 4. 10 seconds on the clock, undoable. As he can't even run toward the B-bomb site at this rate. Just gonna have to hide on ramp and hope for dear life that your AK survives into the next. Is worried about a flank, but exposes himself to it. Definitely not advisable. As he does get lucky that there was no one present. And there you go. That's a 6th on the board here for the Dignitas side. Plenty of money in their pockets now.
Zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket. Let's see. With this pause
Drag
coming
and drop
through.
it, zip and zip it.
Yeah.
Lock it, code it, fill it, jam, unlock it. Surf it, scroll it, pose it. Something, something, Twitch, update it. Name it, send it, fax, rename it. Watch it, play it, babe. That was a good sort of twist on that song. If you guys listen to the live edition of the Daft Punk album, I believe it's 2007 or something. Anyway, they do just make it go fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it at some point. It's a great part in the song.
Certainly is a banger. And now, well, it could be a bit of a banger map here. I mean, 6 to 7, things looking tight. We could be going down to the wire.
Or maybe it goes the same way as Nuke, right? Because the Young Ninjas, they're getting it done once again in the first half, and maybe they just stomp the second. Remains to be seen, though. Let's see what kind of a setup the Dignitas side can make for themselves, as it's been a relatively quiet round so far, but the mid-take is coming in, and the Young Ninjas will be taking some heads quite shortly as they peek on through to middle, but no one found yet. The flash comes out, and LNZ with the initial kill, but Forrest to answer.
Yeah, 1 for 1, but look where LNZ's got himself too. Hauser, he was looking to try and find that kill, but just can't get it done. LNZ removes him from the server, and that's going to be now Lekro under a lot of pressure towards his B site, but he stands up tall with the first frag. He keeps the site in his control for a little bit longer, and that allows rotation to come in. Look at Forrest's position. He has 2 kills dead to rights here. Oh, Forrest, what are you doing? Finish the kill!
He's making me look dumb, Dad. Saying that he's the GOAT, missing those kinds of shots. Definitely not something you'd expect from a tenured player such as him. That's gonna be the round given away, I'm afraid. 2 young Ninjas players still alive as Heap is left scratching his head as to why he has to do this. But he can still get it done. Finds the initial kill, and, well, his enemy is low HP, but so is Heap, so let's see if he can get it. The bomb's still ticking away as he does have the kit, but no grenades, as that will prove deadly. Manin finds the kill in the end. Oh, Forrest, why? Why has he done that, Dad?
An absolute catastrophe. It is an absolute catastrophe. And, hey, we get to see it again in all its glory. I mean, did he think he'd killed him? I have no idea.
Run out of bullets? I couldn't tell. Screen's
No.
all fuzzy.
I think he had ammo in the mag still.
Unfortunate. Oh, well.
Yeah,
The
okay,
lead
yeah,
for
he
the
did
young
run out
Ninja
of
side
ammo.
now.
He did run out of
Okay.
ammo. Yeah.
Well, that's what he gets for using the Silence M4, I suppose. As Heap is going to be the first to die, as opposed to the last, like in the previous. But an answer comes through, though Halzer falls immediately. And Sopek, he's been reduced to 1 HP, but that's not going to be mattering much, as the A-bomb site is in the hands of the youngsters. Young Ninjas taking what's theirs, as it's only Forrest and Lekro left alive to clutch this one out. The initial kill does go their way. 3 more to find. 1 for Lekro. That's going to be a 2 versus 2 with... There you go, Sopek falling finally, and Nilo, he's far away from the action. The CTs, they're going to get this defuse. What a play.
Yeah. Well, it ends.
Undoable situation at some point. I mean, 2v4, how do you manage to like squeeze a win out of that one? I have no idea, but it helps that one of the players was very far removed from the action, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
And it
So-
certainly wasn't the cleanest of halves here for the Dignitas side.
No. Just take it away for a moment. I need to plug in my headset 'cause it's running out of battery, which is
Well,
unfortunate.
there you go.
Yeah.
Guess it's just you and me now, chat. So how you guys been doing? Hope you're excited for this final half of this best of 3. I mean, we thought it was going to be a quick 2-0 here. I was already making plans for lunch, but the young ninjas have no regard for how I structure my day here, as they're going to be taking this the entire distance, and with 8 rounds already found for, you know, their first half. I'm wondering how they can get this one done on the CT side, because their T sides are usually way more favored. 64% win rate on that,
Yeah.
as I said before.
I'm plugged in now. Just so you're aware.
Nice.
I'm back in the game.
I'm no longer alone.
No longer have to ramble.
No. Well, I'll continue to do that all day.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it away. Keep rambling.
I can just read stats.
Yeah. Go for it.
That's full on ramble. That is just hack fraud levels of ramble.
So we've got-
Halzerk on 14 kills, 2 assists, and 11 deaths. 1 MVP star, and a score of 33.
and a ping
Top
of
fragger for
39.
his team. There you go. At least they're playing on good pings here. I mean, obviously, if this was 1.6 and they were playing with a discounted advantage here, the Dignitas side, I think Young Ninjas would be quite peeved. But it seems that a player has left the server, and we're going to have to wait for him to rejoin, Dan.
Yeah. A little bit of waiting time for us to just. Okay, he's back in. So maybe waiting time comes to an end.
I was getting ready to talk about what you had for breakfast, all that good stuff
Well,
that
we can
we
still-
usually break out.
Yeah, we can
There you
still
go.
go into it. I'll slide it in there. Add some Weetabix chocolate
cheese-
minis.
It was a Weetabix again. It's always Weetabix. I always
Weetabix
forget.
chocolate minis though, they're pretty good because they're like when they get like when you milk them up and like they start like soaking up the milk, they go through like period where they're like soft but still like you still bite
Crunchy.
into them. Yes, it's not like it's sort of a middle ground between like just being a crunch and being like a sort of like soft like chocolate thing.
You know what's a
nice.
middle ground? You know what's a middle ground between going milk first or cereal first? Half the cereal first, then the milk, then the rest of the cereal, and then you have half of the cereal being crunchy down.
Yeah, but what's the point in that?
I don't know. I don't eat cereal. That's a trash American food.
I don't understand
I
how
eat
people
eggs.
take so long to eat cereal that it goes soggy.
True.
Either way, into the pistol round, Dignitas are just bobbing their way in towards this A site. Young Ninjas playing a very retake-heavy setup towards this site, allowing so much control for Dignitas. Look at the fight. It's basically fighting in CT spawn, and 4 very quick kills come through. Nilo is all the way on his own on the back lines, having to retake now with 2 kills to his name, 1 versus 3. Is there any chance in this one? I doubt it.
Very much not. Dignitas just busted out the pogo sticks for that take, but there was no CTs around to take the bait. No one wasting their shots as the push towards CT was just everything in this round, wasn't it? And there you go, finally falls. And that's going to be Dignitas running away with the pistol. The second pistol, in fact. They had a really good start. 4 rounds in a row in the previous half, but we all know how that went. Young Ninjas just answered back with 6 in a row then, and then it was a back and forth. So let's see if history repeats itself here, but Young Ninjas should be favored to win this one. However, let's see how many rounds Dignitas get thanks to that pistol round win.
Eagles can be deadly. We know that. We've seen it time and time again.
There was
This
even like some YouTuber that tried to do like a prank where his girlfriend shot him with the Desert Eagle, but he was like holding a book, and he thought the book would stop the deagle.
Well, that's just a
Dead now, of
tragic
course.
tale, isn't it?
I just call that natural selection, Dan. Clearly, he was not fit to breed.
Well, that's a tragic tale. Thank you for that one, Sermon. We're all better
Didn't think
off.
it would have set you this much, to be honest. I thought it was some lighthearted comedy to break
A
up
guy
this.
did die. Let's just say that.
Due to his own incompetence. That's what makes it funny. You heard the story of the inventor of the Segway?
I wouldn't call it funny. I'd call it tragic.
All right, well, the
Personally,
inventor of the
but-
Segway drove it off a cliff trying to prove that it stops immediately. Didn't, though. Died on a cliff. As,
Again, a tragic tale.
as Freiburg also dies. Hope you're not too sad about that one. The B-bomb site, a little bit exposed here for the Dignitas side, but they do lose another player, and that's a disadvantageous situation. But still, the enemies, they don't have good weapons here. The Deagles, they're falling like flies in this B re-aggression, as it's only going to be Sopek left on the flank, a 1 versus 2.
That ain't working out for him. Headshot by an AK. That does not help your case as Dignitas VIE, they do take the lead now in this final map. Second half of the final map, and it's as close as it can be at this point. 9-8. Just 1 round splitting these 2 teams, but I fear Dignitas will be finding double digits with this round here because Young Ninjas, forced buying into that previous round, not going to have enough this time around for a full buy. They'll just have to eco. Boozy leaves a little bit extra cash in reserve so he can get that AWP through the next round.
Man, did you see those loot bet odds? I think it's Young Ninjas on 4. Really wouldn't give that. I would expect them to have a good sort of start here for their CT side. Of course, Dignitas are going to be picking up a 10th, so that does skew the odds somewhat. As the eco does come out for the Young Ninja side, and Nanin spotting out the ankles of Lekro, but he's going to be taking care of him with the MAC-10. Loses the majority of his life, but not going to be mattering too much, as the money is in the bank now. The extra reward from the MAC-10. And the ace stack continues to be there for the Young Ninja side, but will Dignitas actually walk into it, Dan?
Well, it looks like they're going to. with 4 players pushing up the ramp, it certainly looks like the A site is their preferred choice. They're using their utility well just to lock off these angles. A player hiding in the site though, that's Fuzi, who could catch someone out. No, Mac 10 for Freiburg. Going to be all that's required to remove him, and a quick flurry of kills come flying on through. Nilo's the last in a string of kills, and his Dignitas do find their 10th on the board. So pretty simply done. Not losing anybody there, I don't think. I think they had all 5 players surviving. That's a nice build-up of cash for them as we head into the guns now.
Yeah, the pull-by rounds are finally upon us. Now the real Counter-Strike can commence. As Fuzi does have the AWP in this one. That's going to be the tease on a little bit of a bonus here. Lecro still on the Mac 10 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he is. And we'll be seeing the CTs aggressing toward the ramp area, getting the initial kill, and falling back, question mark? Should be, but he sticks around, Sopek, and the kills do go the terrorists' way, and now it's a man advantage for them. Maybe you should have quit while you're ahead.
Nilo and Fuzi. 2 versus 3. Fuzi has that AWP to his name. They have a couple smokes and an incendiary grenade as well for Nilo. A little bit of utility to work with, but it looks like they're going to stack over towards the A site as Dignitas, they start making their way towards B. And this is looking like 11 is written all over it for the Dignitas side. Not really much you can do here if you're the Young Ninjas once this bomb goes down. You can maybe have a little bit of a peek in, but unless you find a kill quickly, those plant positions are just going to be so difficult to dislodge.
It's game time. I checked the time. The correct time zone as well. As it's definitely time to save. But Fuzi is still on the angle. You know, maybe he gets someone as he exits. But I think Dignitas are going to be looking toward those stairs as the safe haven for their guns into the next. As an 11th round is picked up, and Young Ninjas on their very first full buy round don't manage to get that much done. Just a couple of kills, and the bomb site just given up. Ooh, and Dignitas are chasing. Suddenly this got exciting. Fuzi, he's going to want to move his crosshair, but Nilo, he's going to be spotting these T's out as they do trade and get the kill. And that's an M4 out of the round. AWP might survive, though.
Sure looks like it, yeah. I mean, Lecro is nowhere near unless he has some sick wallbang from T-Spawn. He's not going to be finding that kill. But it's interesting because Dignitas actually pick up the opening frag in that round, but a bit of potential over-aggression there from them. Lets it slip because you can see Sapek there finding that first kill. But, you know, and then Dignitas are very quick to trade back a couple in their own camp, and from there on out they sort of control the round.
And now Young Ninjas saving their money, but not going to be saving their lives as they're just pushing through Sopek with the pistolieros.
Yes!
Oh my gosh, he finds a kill. That's way more than I expected out of that one, and well, he took his sweet old time on it. Halzerk was just dabbing at the wall for what seemed like the longest time, and now, with another kill coming through, Dignitas are a man down, Dan.
Yeah, Nilo's even going to be able to recover that AK with the smoke dropped as well, so Young Ninjas, a 9th, potentially on the cards here if they can play this one right. They still got Fuzi on the AWP as well, holding towards mid. He's going to have so much control from that position to help the players over towards B and towards A. Make sure there's not going to be any flanks coming through. You could indeed just leave Fuzi towards mid and rotate one of those B players out towards A, because right now the defense is a little bit lackluster. Just one player, I think that's LNZ, with a deagle over towards the sandbag position. He has to dispense his smoke to keep himself alive against that Molotov, so now he knows somebody's there. Yeah, it's okay. He's safe from the Molotov, but do Dignitas have another one at hand? Yes, they have 2 they can use. Potentially flush him out.
But will they? Yes, they will. And he even has the cross there as well. No chance for LNZ, as it's going to be 3 versus 3 now with the site take on its way. Dignitas planting the bomb, but heap getting knocked down with some HP as the bomb has been denied. 18 seconds left on the clock. They have to get it done, but what's to stop the AWP from just spamming again? Absolutely nothing. Dignitas, they don't get the bomb down, and Young Ninjas pick up a round. About time.
About time. Finally get
I
one
say
through.
that it was on like a force buy round on
Yeah.
the second, where in spectacular fashion. So definitely good job here from the Young Ninjas camp for not waiting to give Dignitas too much of an advantage in this second half. 4 rounds in a row for them, but now the Young Ninjas are looking to string some rounds together themselves as well. Plenty of money to work with on both sides, though if Dignitas capitulates in this one, they won't be having much money going forward. Let's see if Heap can catch someone out in the open. Certainly seems to be moving quite fast toward them now. There you go.
He has got him around the back of Sapek. Bullet through the side of the cranium. Never fun. Easy.
Ooh.
Good trade, though. Oh! Fuzi just about able to get away there. 11 HP for him. He's wiping the sweat off of his brow after that one. Just about maintains a 4-on-4 for his side. They'll see all the blood on the wall. Now, plant bomb planted. Dignitas VIE just going to set themselves up in these after plant positions. But Nilo, he's again on the flank. He's done this a few times now. Are they going to expect him here? Looks like they do have a player watching for it from Scaffold. 25 seconds. Ninjas need to start moving fast, and they now know that Nilo's on the flank. A few bullets fired, gives away his position, and he's got a couple of players peeking him, but a nice shot onto Lepcro opens up an opportunity for these players up on the top of the site to push in. Now, Freiburg, he needs to deal with Nilo quick, and he will. They need to deny this defuse. It's coming through. Forrest sprays him down in the smoke, and that's the round secured. Forrest nets down 3, secures a round for Dignitas VIE, and 12 is going to come through, but only just denying that defuse.
It was so close, Dan. They had the flank going for them. Nilo, he didn't even have to find those kills, though they were nice. Still, he manages to take the, attention of the terrorists for long enough for those CTs to establish themselves on the site and perhaps take some aggressive angles, but they didn't go on that. Instead, they commit to the defuse with no one watching at ramp, as the denial was easy there toward the end. And well, after that one, they're going to be taking a bit of a pause to talk about stuff the Young Ninja side. We have been not seeing that many tactical pauses, I feel like. Finally, some of them getting busted out.
Busting out the strats, not the only busting we're doing right now, as LNZ busting players' heads in these openings. He's gotten 4 kills on the board. And in terms of opening kills, that is, not just 4 total.
Of course.
Now,
Dignitas not doing too bad on the openings as well. Every single player picking up a couple.
Yeah.
As we go into this one with the Young Ninjas, not in the best situation economically. And the initial kill goes the way of Dignitas, so a potential 13th here picked up. Let's see how this one progresses, though. Where will they be attacking? Middle certainly seems to be covered up, but it is going to be A that's under attack, and this B presence is going to get shut down real quick. Perhaps a rifle off the back of Forrest that can be salvaged if they push onto him, but they don't seem to be in a push-happy mood right now.
Now, I'm surprised those 2 players over by B aren't able to hear each other breathing. They're that close to each other through that thin plaster wall. But the hit comes through towards the A site, or at least the presence of a hit. The idea of a hit coming through has forced a lot of rotations from the Young Ninjas. And they're going to have a couple players playing in front of these smokes, are the Ninjas. Sapek. Oh, that's just sad. Freiburg, you can't be doing that to the young talent from Sweden. You're going to destroy all their hopes and dreams. But ILO and LNZ, they've still got hopes and dreams to feed 1,000 Cs as they push it forward and find some kills. But it's Nilo Warren who's lonesome in the site. And Forrest will finish them off. Disgusting.
Back and forth round, that one. It just goes the way of Dignitas in the end, but just LNZ giving them some hope here with that kill. They just can't make it happen and then get sprayed down through the wall as Forrest picks him up on top of the smoke. That was just insane, wasn't it? And Dignitas get a very much deserved 13th on the board with the Young Ninjas. Plenty of money to work with in this one, sure. but they need to be starting to mount a comeback because, yeah, one round there in between Dignitas's 6, it's just not going to be enough, is it?
I don't think Freiburg actually saw an opponent there, and he still found 2 kills.
That's how you want to do it.
Yeah, if you can't see your enemy, they can't see you. That's how it works,
Sun
isn't
Tzu.
it? The art of war.
Sun Tzu said that, and I think he knows a little bit more about warfare than the rest of us, so we should probably take his word for it. Another thing he said was, rush B, bliat. And Dignitas seem to be listening to him? No, the bomb is going away. They're just going to be setting up some B presence at least, you know. You don't want the CTs to know it's exactly vacant, as they will be aggressing here toward ramp. But, of course, with that smoke down, LNZ, what are you doing? You're on the edge of the smoke against Heap! That's not a great play. He was hoping to aggress through it, I suppose, but I don't know what exactly he was looking for, Dan. Uzi was looking for a kill, and he at least finds it.
Yeah, been able to even things up, the up. So 4 on 4. Now Dignitas are starting to posture up towards that B site. Sun Tzu may just be what they need right now. Couple smokes towards back site, a Molotov in the close angles to ensure a clean execute.
Yep. Sun Tzu had a whole chapter about how taking an empty bomb site is entirely valid. Though Nilo is still present, and he gets the initial kill with some nice utility to hold them back, to wait for the cavalry to arrive as he ducks and weaves inside of the smoke, even gets on top of the drywall and gets a kill, but he's going to be shut down immediately afterwards. A 2 versus 3 setup now. Dignitas, they have to worry about 2 different angles for the CTs to entry. That's going to be splitting up the defense as the offense comes in. Freiburg with the initial kill. Sees Sopik, sprays him down through the wall. Oh my gosh, Fuzi, the last man left standing, and he's at least lucky that he doesn't have to go up against Freiburg, but he doesn't fancy his chances against Lekro either. Falls back, saves the AWP. That's going to be Dignitas with 14. Young Ninja's not managing to mount this comeback on the CT side at all.
They've been stunted. They have been completely stunted, the Young Ninjas. It was looking so good after that first half as well. And Dignitas may not have been able to do it in 2 here. But it looks like they might be able to close it down in 3 instead. A little bit more of a tired affair, but 14-9 up on the final map. Just a couple more needed to close this one down. And Young Ninjas, this pause is greatly needed. Uzi has the up. An M4 from Manon. They can get a few... Well, Nilo can buy himself a rifle up. LNZ Sapek could go for FAMAS's, maybe just some SMGs instead if they want a bit of extra utility. But it's not going to be a great buy if they go for it. Or, on the contrary, do you eco this one, but with Fuzi and Manon already purchased up everything they can, that doesn't look like the route they're going down.
It all comes down to this. All that work that the Young Ninjas put in to qualify here for the quarterfinals. The chance, Dan, to go up against their idols, basically. You know, they came up. They're all youngsters, so they came up during the era where NIP were dominant. Now playing for the actual organization itself.
Yeah.
You may continue now. I will stop.
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I'm sure.
There's a bit of lag, man. Give me a break.
No, I was just gonna say. I'm sure that I was just basically agreeing with you. Essentially, I'm sure for at least a few of these that they must have watched, like Freiburg, Forest in their sort of glory days. So maybe even inspired by them. So yeah, it must be a weird situation, but they can be proud of themselves even if they don't pick up this final map because.
Well, they just destroyed them on Nuke, so I would be proud of that one if I was them. Still, though, they would absolutely be loving to get the win here. However, they're really going to have to try hard as they're already a man down, and with 5 Ts left alive, they can choose to execute wherever they please. The B bomb site stacked as A has 1 lone defender. And he's going to be calling for backup real soon because the take is coming. And it's coming hard.
Oh dear, that sounds like a good night, but Manon, he'll say good night to Forest. Good kill found, opens up over on the other side of the map. Well, Dignitas VIE, they're going to be pushing in towards the A site. Halzerg has a Krieg. We've said at the start of Inferno way back that not many teams using the Krieg anymore, but Halzerg tried to make it work. Not going to find anything with it. But a 4-on-3, Young Ninjas with the advantage. They might be able to get this retake down. They might be able to stave off 15 for the Dignitas V side. Let's see if they can do it, though. A little bit of utility coming out. A couple flashbangs still to dispense on this Young Ninjas retake, but we're looking for these players. 15 seconds on the clock. Nilo is pushing forward. He's finding kills. The bomb diffuser has been taken down, though. They have kits. That's not an issue. They need to get on the defuse, though, and it's all going apart. 5 seconds. Does he have it? I'm not sure if he had it in time. Fuzi, it's going to be close, but does he just about? No! He can't. Dignitas just about keep them off the defuse for long enough for a 15th, and that is heartbreaking for the Young Ninjas.
They had no money going into this one. They were putting all their eggs into this basket and even getting the kills in the end with 2 surviving, Dan. They really wanted that defuse, but it just was not meant to be. A split second too late, as the Dignitas side have taken their 15th. And now it's map point, with the Young Ninjas mounting an okay buy into this one. Not going to be anything to write home about. The utility is certainly lacking, as we'll be seeing how they managed to get this one done. No AWPs present, of course. As we see the initial kill already going the way of Dignitas, and, well, Sapek, he needed to answer back there, and he does. Oh, man.
That's a tough kill, though. Manon really did not need to go down there. He has given up the advantage once again. Dignitas V, yeah, you've got Lekro on low HP, but the man advantage is really what's counting in your corner right now. Nilo, can he find a multi-kill? Of course he can! Nilo has been stepping up time and time again now for the Young Ninjas with the FAMAS. He finds 2, and now it's up to Lekro and Forest, but 9 HP for Lekro. That 8k still 1 shot to the head, and LNZ has felt that retribution. Forest has snuck in towards B, and now it's all up to Sapek, but will they expect him coming in from the T side of B? Oh, look at his position. Lekro not going to clear this one out. Sapek could have the round from here if he just bides his time. Oh, Lekro hasn't spotted him. Oh, dearie me. Gets the kill, and we'll get the planter as well. Perfectly placed from Sapek. That is what you love to see, and he will keep them alive. 10 on the board for the Young Ninjas. Can they force it back to 15, Sermon? Are they going to do it, or is this just a blip in the pan?
Well, it's certainly a tough ask, right, to get 5 rounds in a row against your idols. Certainly, Sapek, great sort of 2v1 here, and it was all, of course, thanks to Nilo's 2-man spray down that happened there toward the boost area of middle. Just a fantastic position, and now Young Ninjas, can they repeat that kind of a performance? Remains to be seen, but they will be getting an 11 pretty much secured here, as the Dignitas side will be saving their money for the next. A Glock train coming into this one, presumably. Maybe they still decide to buy something in this pause, but we'll be seeing what they decide to go for.
Is where it all comes together. Forest buying up the AK. They're going for it, Sermon.
Oh, shit.
They are going for it. I don't
That's
like
just
that. I don't
not-
like this, but...
No, neither do I. But, you know, they are the professionals here, Dan. They're the ones who are salaried players. We are just, well, contracting casters.
Yeah. Oh, this could... If they win off this, I mean, it's 2 AKs, 3 Deagles, a spattering of utility, a few smokes in there, a couple flashbangs, a couple mollies. They are going to have to hit heads. Uzi's hearing all these steps as well. Plenty of players towards this A site for the Young Ninjas, ready to stave off Dignitas, but they themselves didn't have the greatest economy. Just 1 player survived in that previous round. You got Manon on FAMAS, a limited utility for quite a few players as well there. So the Young Ninjas, yeah, they have the weaponry advantage for sure, but Dignitas, they still hold match point.
This would be a spectacular round if Dignitas can make it work, and they certainly have a good position to do so. Potential to explode onto the A-bomb site, as there is a defender on it, but if they can find the entry, it certainly would be an easy plant going forward. They clear out sandbags, and the push is on with some team damage coming in. It's going to be a 4 versus 4 now. LNZ stuck on short, has to duck and weave in between the shots, but the CTs, they capitulate, they fall down. Only Nilo left alive. Young Ninjas, they had the opportunity to mount a comeback, but I'm afraid it's going to be over at 16-10 here on the third map. They absolutely went the distance. And now Nilo in an impossible situation. No kit present, as he does have a smoke and a Molotov, but even if he just dispenses those, he wouldn't have any chance going forward. That's going to be the final kill there. Dignitas, they get their 16th.
Wowie. That was exciting. What a thrilling series that was. It is Dignitas V who get to 16 at the end. They close it down. They secure themselves that semi-final spot. And for Dignitas, a little bit more difficult than I would have expected. Young Ninja putting up a great fight in all 3 maps, I have to say. So congrats to them. They had a great run in this tournament. Tipped down some big names. Good things for them in the future, I'm sure of it. But it is
Yeah, they
Dignitas
took down Dignitas on Nuke, man. They certainly showed us what they have here. Of course, this isn't the final match of the day. We will be back in about 10 minutes, maybe 16. That's what HLTV says, for ENCE versus Skade. And we'll be seeing which of these 2 teams will be going up against Dignitas in the semi-finals. Do not go anywhere!
Feel free to talk.
Boss, we've done all as you said.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, boss. Everything like you asked. It's in my car, boss.
I'm surprised. You're actually good for something.
So, where is it, Brady?
Here, in the trunk.
What the fuck is that? You fat Irish prick. You're supposed to bring me a coat, not a skinny animal kid. Where is LOOT.BET code I asked it for?
Well, he wasn't talking.
Are you out your mind, Brady? Because I swear, I put your brain to sleep. He ain't talking because his fucking mouth is closed.
So, maybe I should open it.
Oh, don't kill me, please. I tell you everything. Code is loot. I'm young. I don't wanna die.
Boss, code is loot.
Oh my god, idiot. Fuck. I surrendered by idiots.
Hey, kid. Sorry about that.